Is it bad that I never made love? No,
Rihanna just sparked one of the loudest conversations online right now. And word on the street is it's not about music, not about fashion, but about money. Specifically, who's paying the bills in her household with A$AP Rocky, and the internet is spiraling over what this really means. Because here's the claim that set everything off. People are saying Rihanna hasn't spent a single dollar on household expenses, and that A$AP Rocky is allegedly covering everything. Now, before this goes any further, let's be clear. There's no verified source confirming that she hasn't paid bills for years. That part appears to be viral chatter, not confirmed fact. But that hasn't stopped the conversation from exploding. And honestly, the reaction says more about the culture than the claim itself. Because Rihanna isn't just any celebrity. She's a billionaire-level entrepreneur, running empires like Fenty Beauty and Savage X Fenty, while balancing music, film, and motherhood. So when a narrative pops up suggesting she's not contributing financially at home, fans immediately start dissecting it from every angle. Some people are laughing it off, saying if anyone has earned the right to relax, it's Rihanna. Others are pushing back hard, saying the idea of one partner covering everything, especially when both are wealthy, doesn't sit right. And that's where things get layered. Because A$AP Rocky has openly talked about fatherhood and being present. He's emphasized showing up fully for his family, not just financially, but emotionally. And fans believe that's key to understanding this dynamic. It's not just about who pays what, it's about roles, priorities, and how they've chosen to structure their life. But what fans noticed next is where things really get interesting. The conversation quickly shifted from, is this true, to what does this say about relationships today? Because let's be real, the idea of a man paying all the bills isn't new, it's traditional. But in a modern context, especially with two high-earning individuals, it raises questions. Questions about independence, partnership, and balance. And the comments? They're intense. One fan said, "You can tell you a bum ain't no real woman will want no man to pay all the bills. She a Billy make way more than him. The least he would do is pay the house bills. He a millionaire anyway." And that comment alone captures the divide. Some people see it as imbalance, others see it as choice. But the allegation doesn't end there, because look at how this ties into a bigger conversation about power dynamics. When a woman is more successful financially, people expect her to carry more weight. When a man steps up and covers expenses, it flips expectations, and suddenly everyone has an opinion. And that's why the idea of gatekeeping comes in again. Because who decides what a normal relationship looks like? Who sets the rules for how money should be handled? And why does it matter so much when a couple chooses to do things differently? Fans believe this reaction highlights how uncomfortable people still are with unconventional dynamics, even in 2026. But at the same time, there's skepticism, because without confirmed details, everything is based on assumptions, and assumptions can be dangerous, especially when they start shaping public perception. Because let's not forget, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky have both emphasized shared responsibilities when it comes to raising their kids. They've talked about being present, about balancing work and family, about supporting each other, and that doesn't necessarily translate to one person doing everything financially. But the internet doesn't always wait for clarity. It reacts, it speculates, it builds narratives. And right now, the narrative is loud. But what fans notice next is how this situation reflects a deeper shift in how relationships are viewed. It's no longer just about equality in numbers, it's about equality in contribution, and contribution doesn't always mean money. Because being present, being supportive, being involved, those things matter too. And fans are starting to recognize that. At the same time, there's still a strong belief that financial balance is important, that both partners contributing creates stability. And when that balance appears off, even if it's just perception, it sparks debate. And that's exactly what's happening here. But here's the thing. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky aren't your average couple. They operate on a level most people can't relate to. Their financial situation, their lifestyle, their priorities, it's all different. So applying everyday standards to their relationship might not make sense. And fans are starting to realize that. Because at the end of the day, what works for them works for them. But the internet, it's still going to talk. It's still going to analyze every detail, every statement, every rumor. Because that's what happens when you're at that level. Every move becomes a headline, every claim becomes a debate, and every relationship dynamic becomes a topic. So now the question becomes, does this narrative fade or does it stick? Does it lead to clarification or does it remain one of those viral stories that people keep referencing without ever confirming? Because that happens more often than people think. And in the meantime, Rihanna continues building her empire, A$AP Rocky continues showing up as a father, and the conversation continues to evolve. So what do you think? Is this just internet speculation gone too far, or does it reveal something real about how power and money work in modern celebrity relationships? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.